Yo, what's up guys? King Chris here, and today I'm bringing you guys a guide on all the main items in H1Z1 King of the Kill. I've seen a lot of comments asking for just the specifics and stats on different items like the helmet versus helmet debate or how much health a bandage heals. So today I'm just going to run through the game. I'm going to pick up all these items for you guys, and I'm going to go over each item. If I have some specific tips or tricks, I'll include some gameplay with those tips and trick commentary for you guys. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You've been doing an amazing job at supporting all my videos. I think 4 of the last 5 videos have reached 200 likes, which is freaking awesome. We've got one video approaching 17,000 views, and my channel is up to 676 subscribers, which is freaking phenomenal. I've got a big goal of getting to that 1K mark, so if you guys could, please share my videos, like, comment below. It all helps all the rankings on my videos. We're doing a great job. We've got a great community building here, and I really love all the support that you guys are giving me. I'd love to continue to create content for you guys, and I think this game could be a great game if Daybreak could get their stuff together and fix all the bugs that the community is always complaining about. You know, I feel like we're always complaining about something, whether it's the servers, not registering shots right, or the AK or the AR not reloading when you pick it up. But you got to remember, this game's in early access, so it has a ton of potential. They just need to get their stuff together, and hopefully they'll do that for us, and we can get a great launch, and this game can blow up, and we'll be the first ones releasing good content, and you guys are all here from the start, which is awesome, and I really thank you and love you for all that support. So alright, so let's jump into this. Like I said, I'm going to go in the game, I'm going to grab all the items, and then I'll go somewhere and I can sit there and run you guys through all the items and their breakdowns and include specific game footage. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, we're back. Ran in, grabbed a bunch of loot. I'll go over what we got here, and then I'll run out, grab the rest of the stuff if I can during this game. If not, I'll make a new game, start grabbing more items, but we'll get through everything. So just kicking it off here with the helmet. This is the motorcycle helmet. This helmet versus the tactical helmet, that's a debate that always comes up. Some people think that the tactical helmet, the other helmet, doesn't provide face protection. Both helmets provide exactly the same protection. They can both take one shot from a gun, and then after that they're gone, they're off your head, and if somebody shoots you in your head with pretty much any gun except for the R380, you're going to die in one shot. So helmets are super important. It's like one of the first things you should grab, because you can get one tapped and you're just done. So, and then the moment your helmet gets knocked off, you want to put a helmet back on. So you always want to pick up helmets. You want to have at least I'd say at least an extra helmet in your pack, but I always try to roll around with 3 helmets in my backpack. So if I'm let's say I'm fighting some guy behind a tree over here, and I pop up here and I shoot and my helmet gets knocked off, I'll immediately duck down, go in my inventory, pop on another helmet, and then I'll continue to fight. Because if, let's say, you're up here and you're fighting this guy and he knocks your helmet off, you don't want to stand here and keep fighting him, because obviously he's got his reticle on your head. He just knocked your helmet off. Chances are he's going to hit you with another bullet and you're going to die instantly. So as you're fighting, the moment your helmet gets knocked off, unless his is already knocked off and you think you can catch him first, I would duck back down, put a new helmet back on, and then get back in the fight. Alright, next here, let's talk about shoes. So right now, here's the default shoes. The green Zeds. When you spawn in the box of destiny, these are the shoes you have on. It says provided reduced noise generation. So these things aren't that loud when you're running around. You can kind of hear that now. These are just your default shoe. I tend to drop these when I get into the box of destiny, because I want to be able to have my Converse pop on my feet the moment I hit the ground. Sometimes I end up running around barefooted for a little while. You can listen to your bare feet. So sometimes I end up running around barefooted for a little while without Converse until I find them, but that's okay. And then once you find some Converse, they'll pop onto your feet. Converse are my favorite shoe. They're awesome. They make you faster. They are a little more noisy if you listen. So, but that's totally a worthwhile expense at having the increased speed that the Converse offer, and they just freaking look awesome. The other shoes, boots, these things are terrible. I've never put boots on, so this is gonna be the first time I put boots on. But boots are just really loud. They look like crap. That's why I've never worn them before. Converse are just awesome, and I heard these things are super loud. I was watching some guy stream and I couldn't believe how loud they were. But apparently when you let's say you're on a building, you drop off the building, you take reduced fall damage. So I'm not sure why you would ever really want that, and why that would be a benefit to somebody. But if you ever want to take reduced fall damage, or maybe you just like the way boots look, then boots are for you. But I'd highly recommend you just worry about getting Converse on ASAP. Alright guys, I'm back. Got some new loot for you. Here's that other helmet I was talking about, the tactical helmet. This one's got a skin on it, the tactical helmet, so it looks freaking awesome. But normally this thing looks like a doo-doo blue. It's pretty crappy when it doesn't have a skin on it. So as you can see, it doesn't have the full face shield, and I think that's why some people originally thought that this thing didn't protect your face, but it in fact does. This will take one full shot to your head, and then just like the motorcycle helmet, it'll be gone. And once you get shot in your head without a helmet on, you're going to die unless you're getting shot with an R380. Which I believe takes 2 shots. So this is the tactical, and you've got the motorcycle, which I just showed you guys. Alright, I've got a bunch of throwables here, so I'm going to go ahead and go over some of these throwables. The only one we're missing right now is the smoke grenade. So first up, we've got the Molotov Cocktail. I'm going to go ahead and drop this shotgun for now, load this up. I'll just load all these babies up. Let's do this. Boom, boom. So first up, Molotov Cocktail. This thing looks awesome in your hand. I love to run around with this thing. It just looks sweet, and you get that cool little flame sound there. But basically this thing, when you throw it, I'm going to throw it over here, it lights up the ground on fire, and anybody that's in the area will catch on fire. It can do a ton of damage, and it makes it harder to see. So let me just run up in this for you guys. Catch on fire. So as you can see here, you know, when I'm in first person, it's causing my crosshair to shake. But if you're in third person, you can actually still shoot. So if you guys are, let's say, behind a tree and somebody throws a flashbang and you catch on fire and you're in first person because you want to shotgun somebody, it's a little easier. Let me just show you guys that. If you're in first person, you want to shotgun somebody, it's a little easier to shotgun somebody in first person. Then your crosshair is going to be doing this. So go to third person, it's easier to shoot. Next up, you've got the flashbang. So flashbang's just a little grenade in your hand, but this thing's freaking awesome. It's good to use if somebody's hiding behind a tree or somebody's in a room and you know that they're just camping out waiting to hit you. But I'm going to flashbang myself so you guys can see what it does. But basically this just blinds you and disorients you. So you can't see, I'm looking around right now, but it's not doing anything, and I'm still disoriented after the fact. So if you need to rush somebody in a room or behind a tree, hit them with a flashbang first, and then you can kill them. A lot of people don't expect this. A lot of people don't use throwables at all, especially the stun grenade. And when they get hit by this, I mean, it's just freaking devastating. They can't take it. So, awesome little combo. Throw a flashbang, run up shotgun, or throw a flashbang, run up AK spray, toasty. Next thing, we got our grenade here. I think this is probably the most used. If anybody's going to throw a throwable, it's usually a grenade. The grenades are pretty sweet, although it's kind of funky if somebody's hiding behind a tree or a rock or something like that. If you don't get it perfectly next to them or beside them, and the tree or the rock is blocking somehow, it's not going to do any damage, and it's just super frustrating. So I've actually started to use more of the gas grenade and more of the Molotov. I do use the grenade, especially if I have a bunch. Then I can just throw a grenade on the right side. Let's say I have this car. Well, if you threw this grenade at the car, it would blow it up. I'll actually do that for you guys. But if you throw it, let's say this is a rock, if you throw one on the right, throw one on the left, chances are you'll probably get the guy. But a grenade will blow up a car, so if somebody's hiding behind a car, you can toss a grenade. Oh, it rolled on me. That was lame. Anyways, it'll blow the car up, and if they're on the other side, it'll blow them up, and they'll take some damage. So grenades are awesome for taking out cars. If somebody's camping behind a tree, you can throw it over there, blow their car up, and hopefully get some damage onto them. So we're still missing the smoke grenade and the gas grenade. I'll grab those in the next clip and we'll go over those. Moving on, we'll cover some pistols here. Let me put these on. So the first one here, the 1911, this does 25 damage per shot. As you can see, it has 7 shots in the clip. Awesome pistol. This is arguably my number 1 or number 2 pistol. I love the damage that it provides. It's real accurate at distances too. So if you want to try and tap somebody, at the beginning of the game, this thing's awesome to fight somebody that has a rifle. If you don't, especially if they have a helmet on, knock that thing off, and then boom, full damage to the head, just like the AR. This does just as much damage as the AR does. And then next up, we've got the M9. This thing is a 9mm. It does 18 damage per shot, so not nearly as much, but it's got freaking twice the ammo the other one does. It fires off super quick. This thing's awesome for inside fights. So if you know somebody's in a room or something, and they may have, let's say, an assault rifle or something, I've taken out plenty of people if I can get close and just spray them down, you know, up close. Just put all the bullets into them super quick, and a lot of people will be pretty shocked when you just rattle off, you know, 8 to 10 shots and just wreck them. So super accurate little pistol here too. You know, you want to tap somebody's head with a helmet and knock their helmet off, and then hit them in the head for a full 100%. You can knock them, you know, out with a 2 tap. So this thing's freaking sweet. And we are all out on our weapons here. So bandages here, just a little information. Bandages heal 10 damage, so you can see I'm at 80 health down there. I press Q, bandage Q's up. Takes a little while, but once it Q's, it's gonna push me up to 90% health. You can see that little gray bar that goes up. It'll show you roughly how much health it's gonna heal you up to, but you'll see this stops at 90, and then to get to full health, it actually stopped at 89, which is weird. This should take me up to full health though. Let's just see, that was really kind of funky there. 97, 98, 99, 1, it's a weird little glitch. This thing does normally heal 10. I'm not sure why it's pushing up to 100 and then back down, but it is. So bandages super quick. If you guys are bleeding, let's say you get shot up just like I was and you're bleeding, the first thing I would do, which I see a lot of people not doing, is put a bandage on first. You want to get your health going up, not down. You want to stop some of that bleeding, so depending on how much or how severe your bleeding is, the bandage will take maybe, you know, let's say you're super low and you're critically bleeding or severely bleeding or something, it may take 2 or 3 or 4 bandages to knock the bleeding off. So it'll at least take 1 layer of bleeding off, and it'll get your health going up, which we want, while you're applying that med kit. A lot of people try to apply a med kit first, which will take all bleeding off, but your health is going down, and the med kit takes a lot longer to apply. So if you're hiding behind your car and you just got in a fight and you're putting on a med kit and somebody's rushing you, you may not be able to get it off. But if you can apply a bandage, get your health going north, and slow some of that bleeding, then that'll buy you some time if you had to jump in your car or hide a little bit and apply your tactical. So just a little tip: apply a bandage immediately and then put the med kit on. It's a gamble if you go for the med kit. A lot of people do it, you know, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but it's kind of preference. But I think it's more efficient to apply a bandage immediately, and then once this bandage is done, then apply your med kit. We're back, got some more loot. Let's go over this med pack real quick. So I talked about bandages earlier. Med pack, this thing will heal you up from 40%, so the med pack will heal 60 HP. The med pack does take quite a long time to actually use, you can see there. So if you guys are in a pinch and you need to get a quick heal off, I suggest using a bandage. Bandages only take 3 seconds. Med pack over here, let's put this, actually it's on F already, so med packs take 5 seconds, that's 2 whole seconds. You know, you're sitting here exposed waiting, but it will cure all bleeding, and then it will heal you up for 60 HP, so it's awesome. Sometimes it's worth the risk going for the med pack, or if you're behind cover and you know you got plenty of time, go ahead and pop that med pack. But it's my suggestion that you guys always pop a bandage first. Get your health going north, you know, stop the bleeding just a little bit if you're bleeding some, and then pop that that med kit while your health is going up and you've reduced some of the bleeding from the bandage. So there you go. I typically like to have at least you know, 5 if not upwards of 10 med packs on me. Over 10 is kind of overkill. You can usually loot more later, but if I only have like 2 or 3, I don't feel too comfortable, so I like to roll around with at least 5 or so. And I didn't cover this on the bandages, but with bandages I like to roll around with at least 20 bandages. You know, if you only have 10 and you get really low, it's going to take all those 10 bandages to heal you back up, and then you're not going to have anymore. So I suggest trying to either loot shirts like this, and you can shred the shirt and it'll give you 4 cloth, and then it takes 2 cloth per bandage to make a bandage, so 1 shirt will make you 2 bandages. So you can loot shirts, and same thing with backpacks, you can skin a backpack. And if you're in a pinch, you could shred your shorts and shred your shirt if you really need to. I've done that before where I was bleeding and I was in a car running away, and the guy left me alone luckily, and I really needed to shred something, so I shredded my shirt and my shorts, and that got me up to, you know, maybe 30%, 40% or so. So that's everything with medical. Alright, let's touch on these bags here. So right now I've got a tan military on. This is what it looks like I'll put them on the ground so you guys can see the differences. Let's throw this down, and let's throw this down. Alright, so tan military here, it's blue, this is blue, that's blue. I think they should change the colors, but whatever. So tan military looks just a little different here, but when you pick it up, it's tan in your inventory. I've got a skin, that sweet russet skin, but this thing will increase your inventory by a ton. So if I were to empty everything out of my bag right now, let's do this. I'm going to drop this down. You only have 200 inventory with no backpack on. If you pick up the tan military, this thing will give you an extra 2,000, which is huge. It's the most space you can get from a backpack, so pretty sweet deal there. And then the standard backpack, this thing will give you 1,000, so it's half as big as the other one. And like I said, you can shred this for 4. Alright, now on to the belt pouch. So you're going to spawn with a belt pouch. You have 200 inventory with the belt pouch. If you see this little thing, you're wondering what it is. It's a waist pack. When you switch into it, now you have 400. Drop your old one. Now the new one is on there, and you have doubled your space. This is actually a pretty good little lifesaver early on. If you're running around, you can't find backpacks. This will allow you to get enough ammo and bandages to run around until you can find a backpack for 1,000 or a tan military for 2,000. So I'm going to pick these back up, show you what they skin into. So when you skin this, you're going to get 4 cloth, and you can turn those into bandages just like your t-shirt. So if you guys are looking for bandages or cloth to make into bandages, look for t-shirts, look for pants, look for regular backpacks. And then when you shred the tan military shreds into 4 composite fabric, which you'll use to make makeshift body armor, and then 4 fabric scraps of cloth, so you can turn those into bandages as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take my helmet off. I'm going to scrap this, show you guys how to make the body armor. So you scrap the helmet. Either helmet will work, but it gives you 2 armor scraps. Then you have 4 composite fabric, and you need 1 duct tape. So 2, 4, 1. Go to crafting. Here's your makeshift body armor. Press to craft here, and now it automatically went on my body. So if you look here, you can see it. I'm going to drop this so you guys can see a little better. So there you go. You know, it looks a little ragtag, but this will absorb 1 bullet, which is awesome. If you get shot by an AK, that means it's absorbing 29 damage. If you get shot by an AR, that means it's absorbing 25. So it may not seem like a lot, but it is. If you get into a fight, you know, let's say you know, I'm behind my car here and I'm fighting some guy and I get popped in the chest, you know, I'm gonna start bleeding, but I may be at like 98, 99 health, but that just saved me 25 damage. So if I'm fighting this guy, let's say I have this armor on, I'm fighting him, and I take 3 shots, I'm hit. You know, the first thing I do, come down here, and let's say, you know, he's knocked off my body armor and I'm down to like 25% HP. Instead of popping a bandage, the first thing I do is put my armor on. If I have a helmet, I put my helmet on, and then I heal. If you start healing first, this is only going to heal you for 10 HP. This is going to save you from taking 25, 29 damage. Same thing with the helmet. You could end up getting headshot if you come out with a helmet and you're dead instantly. So put your armor on, put your helmet on, and then start healing, or fight the guy if you think he's low, or if he's rushing you and you can finish him and you won't be able to get a bandage off. So armor is super important. I always try to get armor as early as possible. Some people will call it adapting, but I will sometimes forego picking up my first tactical if I can turn it into a armor, and I'll show you guys a clip of that. So I may find a regular backpack first, and I'll grab that, and then if I find this, I won't actually equip it. I'll go into my proximity, I'll pick it up, and I'll put it in my backpack. If you just, let's say if you see it in game like this and you E it, it's going to go onto your body, and then you're going to have to empty it to put it into your backpack. So instead, I'll show you guys what I do. Let's empty it out, toss it on the ground. So let's say I'm running around, I have a normal backpack on, I see this, and I have, let's say, an extra helmet, and I have duct tape. So I will pick this up. Oh, normally when you have a normal backpack, it'll go into your inventory. I shouldn't have shredded that other one, but it'll go into your other backpack, your normal backpack's inventory, and then you can shred it, and then you can take that along with your duct tape, and you can craft and then your scraps from your helmet, and you can craft a makeshift armor. So I'd rather run around with a makeshift armor and a normal backpack than run around with no armor and a tan military for extra space, because early on you may not need the space, so it's more worth your while to craft an armor, put the armor on, have more protection, and run around and find another tan military while you have plenty of room in your normal backpack. So it's a cool little tip. I'll include a clip of me doing that in game. Alright dudes, new game, got some more items, down to the last few here. I wasn't quite able to get everything we need, but we're pretty close, so I'm going to kick it off with the gas grenade here. So this gas grenade, it looks really similar. Damn, just dropped it. Let's see if I can spot it. Oh, there it is. Let me look at this. It's gray. Normal grenade is green, but they look almost identical, so super hard to see it, but gas grenades have actually started to become my favorite throwable. The reason is, I was saying earlier that if this was a regular grenade and I threw it and the guy was hiding on that side of the tree, if the grenade was just off, like if it landed here, or if it was like right on the side of this tree and the guy's just chilling here like this, to me it looked like, you know, maybe it landed there, he's just like this and he just sidesteps it. He can avoid the damage real easily. So before, grenades used to be super OP and they kill people through trees and stuff like that, but they've nerfed them. So now if somebody's behind a rock or a tree like that, or even a building, they're inside a building, you're not, I freaking absolutely love this gas grenade. So it lets out CS gas, which is a real thing in real life, but it'll obscure your vision in the game. I'll throw it over to the tree and then I'll run in there, and then it also causes you to take damage and you'll start coughing and stuff, so it's pretty cool. But if somebody's hiding behind this tree or that rock and you want to get them to run out to the open so you can shoot them, just lob this over there. You'll see the gas pop out. It's actually a pretty big radius, that's why I like it. So when you run in here, you can see my vision's being obscured right now. I can still shoot just fine and see pretty well. I think it's fine enough to continue battling, but you can see I'm starting to take damage there, so somebody's not going to want to just sit in that because they're going to take damage. But if you get out, you can see how long that lasted, and that's still there, and the effects still lasted on me a couple seconds after I'd run out of it. So like I said, that's becoming my favorite throwable. It's awesome to dislodge people from their cover and get a shot on them once they move out, and then they're a little obscured, so some people, they'll just panic just because they're in the gas and they won't play as well. But I've stayed calm in the gas and been able to kill people while I was affected by it just because I can still see just fine. So next thing up, the smoke. This is actually my second favorite now. So I love the smoke for, you know, covering myself if I'm gonna find you know, a car out in the street that I want to hotwire or something like that. I'll include a clip, but I've been in game before and I had a couple smokes on me and I saw a car that was parked next to a building and I figured the guy was inside, so I wanted to take the car. But if you just run up and jump into the car and start hotwiring it, they're gonna hear you, they're gonna bust out and shoot you. So I would toss this over there, oh, it bounced down a little low. We're going to reverse this into the smoke just for the video here. Damn it, it's gone. We're going to drive it up in here. Here we go. So as you can see, that smoke is really thick, so, you know, if somebody's relatively close, they can still shoot you in that, so you're not completely covered. But depending on the angle and stuff, you know, it's hard to see that car. You know, somebody's going to get a shot. A new player's going to be like, what the heck's going on? I think it provides awesome cover, and I've covered an area with 3 smokes before and gone in and jacked a car from a dude. So if you need some cover to take a car or just across an open field or something, I like to always have a smoke on me to get out of sticky situations like that. And I've actually assaulted a guy in the open field that had a truck, and I'll include the clip here, but I basically threw a smoke up, ran into the smoke and started shooting him, and then threw another smoke and kept you know, advancing toward his position with my smokes, and then eventually I end up getting the kill and taking his truck. So it's pretty sweet. Smokes are a lot of fun. I suggest you always have one on you. You never know when you'll need one. And if you see an airdrop and you really want to get that sniper rifle, smokes are great to toss on to the care package there and loot that sniper rifle. Now onto the pistols. So first up we got the Magnum. There's a lot of heated debates about whether Magnums are just a noob gun that is highly overpowered and nobody should be using them because they're just OP and they take out cars too fast, and people rage when you take out their car. But cars are really powerful too. People wouldn't gun for them and go for them right from the get-go if they weren't that powerful. So to me, if you need to, if you're running around on foot and you need to even the playing field, because some guy, let's say you're hiding in these trees and some guy's circling you in his car like a freaking shark, bust out your Magnum and start popping shots at him. He'll probably run away, or if he doesn't, then you can blow up his car and hopefully damage him in the process. But Magnums are super strong. They do 30 damage. And then on cars, well, I'll show you this one first. This is at 98%, so on cars these things do, I think, 8 damage compared to most guns that do like 1 or 2. So there's one shot. We were at 98%. We'll hop in here and we're at 89 now, so you can see that we just did 9 damage on that one. 89. Let's check it out again. We'll shoot something else. So 81. So it's a little, there's some variance there, but you can see it does about 8 or 9 damage. And if you have a full clip, if you have 2 full clips on a Magnum, you can blow a car up completely. So I'll show you guys that here. And a lot of players are going to rage at you if you're just blowing their cars up. But hey, part of the game, you're using the car to get to the later rounds and win, and using it for cover on you. So use your Magnum, blow them up if you want to. I've personally gotten away from using the Magnum just a little bit because I like to use throwables a little more, but I typically will have a Magnum in my bag. I'll have a throwable in my first slot, a rifle in my second, shotgun in my third, and then I'll have the Magnum setting in my bag that I can switch out from the throwables if I need it. Alright dudes, back, new game, more loot, let's do this. Alright, so didn't find any of the other throwables that I needed, but I got a couple more weapons. I'm going to go over these weapons first so I can drop them. Alright, so the AR15, guys, check it out. Boom, that's that wild style skin. Thing's awesome. 30 rounds, 25 damage per shot. Super accurate long range, left to right recoil. If you guys want a really in-depth guide on this, I've got one on my channel, so check it out. It's the AR15 guide. Check out my channel, subscribe. I've got an AK47 guide in there too, but this thing's super accurate long range. You can already see they're starting to have some bullet drop at these distances, but this thing is awesome. Almost all players prefer this gun over any other gun. If you guys are new, I'd suggest learning to use this. It does have a left and right recoil versus an up and down, so it'll be something you gotta get used to, but super powerful weapon. Kills in 4 shots if no armor. Obviously if you hit somebody in the head and they have a helmet, it's got to take it off with 1 shot, and then the next shot will kill. And same thing if somebody has makeshift armor on, it's going to take the armor 1 shot, and then it'll take 4 shots to the body to kill. So like I said, if you want an in-depth guide, check out my channel. I've got a guide on this, and let's move on. AK47, 30 rounds just like the AR-15, only this one does 29 damage per shot, so 4 more damage. So this still takes 4 body shots to kill somebody from full, but if somebody's running around with 87 or less HP, this will kill them in 3 hits. It's real accurate long range too, just like the AR, but this thing kind of has a up and like a diagonal, I should say, so you can see it's kind of creating a V here. So it's like an up and left, up and right, up and left, up and right. So it does feel like it has more recoil than the AR, so some people say it's a little harder to control. And then this also has full auto, where the AR you have to shoot it 1 tap at a time. You can shoot the AR super fast, but full auto, just hold the trigger down. The AR over here, let me pick it back up. You can shoot this thing super fast, just like as if you have full auto. That's me tapping, so if you can tap it really fast, then you can shoot it close range like you're shooting the AK. Let me go ahead and drop these. Next we got the shotty. Yeah, I love the shotgun, man. I used to suck real bad with this thing, but I committed to just playing with the shotgun all day, one day for hours, and I got really good. I found out, what situations the shotgun works best, when to switch to it, how to aim with it, and I find that in first person and close battles, this is the easiest way to aim, and I've got this extra little circle around my reticle to help me target people, because trying to aim with this tiny little dot right here is really hard, but if I just have this circle and I can put it on people, it just makes it that much easier. It's a command that you can enter into your user options. I'll put that command into the description, but basically it's like a reticle classic mode equals 1 or something like that, and that'll give you the circle around your reticle. So shotgun, this thing can kill somebody in one shot, but at the same time, at this distance, it may only do 25, it may do 10. I mean, it's super random at distances, and sometimes up close you feel like you got a perfect body shot and it doesn't kill them, and it's super frustrating. So I think it has a little bugginess to it when it comes to the damage, or it could be maybe there's like 20 pellets that come out, and if you don't land all your pellets, you're not going to get the full damage, and we just don't know that, and Daybreak hasn't released that information. But let's say you're aiming at this guy, and you shoot him in the leg, and let's say 3/4 of the pellets miss. Maybe you don't get full damage for that reason, or maybe it's just bugged. Hopefully we'll get some more information on the shotguns. A lot of people are really frustrated with it. I still love it, even with the occasional bug where it just doesn't kill people, because the majority of the time for me it's one shot and it just annihilates people. One of my favorite situations is if I'm fighting somebody and I'm behind a tree or something, and I'm taking damage, boom boom boom, I come hide and I'm healing. I have my AR out normally, and then this person thinks that I'm back here healing, I'm about to die, so they rush me. I switch my shotgun, come out, one shot them, bam. You can do that. You can be sitting at 8 HP down here healing, somebody rushes you because you're fighting them from long distance with your AR, pop out, boom, one shot, dead. So this thing's awesome, surprises the hell out of people, and it's a weapon that can change the battle real quickly in your favor. So commit some time to learning it. I think everybody should carry one, and then pick one of these weapons that you like as your main mid to long distance, and then I'll usually carry a throwable or possibly a Magnum there. I know that's really a heated debate, the Magnum talk and shooting cars and stuff, but typically this might be a standard setup for me: a throwable, some kind of long distance rifle, and then my shotgun for my up close battles. So that's the shotgun for you guys. I haven't made a guide for that yet, but that will be coming. I believe that's going to be my next guide for you guys. That's going to be a really fun guide to make. I love the shotgun. Alright guys, I got one of the last weapons here, the R380, the little pea shooter pistol. This thing's tiny. When you see the ammo on the, this isn't the ammo, when you see the ammo on the ground, it's in a red box, so that's how you know immediately. I would avoid this thing at all costs unless it's absolutely the last weapon you can get. Some people would argue that they would just keep running anyways, but you can kill somebody with this. It's just really hard. The R380 only does 15 damage per shot to the body, and then to the head I believe it takes 2 shots. So if somebody doesn't have a helmet on, normally you can kill them with 1 shot with any other gun, but this gun, it takes 2 shots. Super weak gun, tiny clip, only 7 rounds. It's just a terrible gun, honestly, but I have gotten some kills with it before. If you guys have to, like I said, you can resort to picking this thing up and defending yourself, hopefully, until you get a better gun. Alright, next we have the laminated body armor. I wish I could take the skin off so you guys can see it normally, but normally it's a blue color. I'll post a picture of it, and I'm sure I have a video that I'll post in here for you guys to see. But the laminated this is the skin name there, the tactical body armor, but normally it says laminated body armor. The laminated body armor will take 2 shots from any weapon except for, I believe a hunting rifle will knock it off. I'll have to confirm that. I haven't had too many battles with a hunting rifle and body armor, so I'll have to make sure that I can get some footage for you guys and confirm that information. But if you're fighting somebody with an AK or an AR or a pistol or something like that, it'll take 2 shots, and if we were to craft, actually we can craft one right now, we'll compare these two. So the makeshift here takes 1 shot, this takes 2 shots, so this thing will absorb 50 damage from an AR, or what is that, 58 damage from an AK47. So if you guys are fighting somebody and they pop off, let's say you have 2 body armors on, you're fighting somebody, they knock off your armors, crouch down, put your unit armor back on, and then you can get back into the fight and absorb too. So if you're shooting somebody and you feel like it takes you 6 shots to kill them, and you watch your shadow play because you're recording your gameplay and reviewing it, and you see that it actually took you 6 shots, and you're wondering what the heck, that's because they had armor on. You'll hear the metallic clink of the bullet hitting the armor. So if you guys are shooting somebody and you hear a clink, that means that you hit them in the head or you hit them in their body armor. And if you shoot somebody and you, like I said, shoot them 6 times and they die, then they had laminated on, and the first 2 bullets were absorbed by the armor. And some people are super pesky, and let's say you're fighting them, boom, boom, you hit them twice, they drop down, they put their armor on, they pop back up, boom, boom, you hit them twice again, and then you hit them 4 times, and you're like, what the heck, I just shot them 8 times. Well, they put on 2 different body armors that absorbed 4 of your shots, and then it still took another 4 shots from your AR to kill them. So body armor is super powerful. Always have extra body armor on. Same thing with helmets. Late game, my ideal setup is to have 3 helmets in my bag, and then have another at least 2 body armors, whether they're makeshift or fully laminates, in my bag. So if I'm getting into fights, every time they're knocked off, I'll duck back into cover and I'll put those back on. So most of the top players and almost everybody that gets to that top 10 and top 5 position will have armor on by that point, because they've looted so much loot, and they're just smart and know that they need every amount of protection and advantage they can get when they're going into that top 5 situation. So make sure you guys have that stuff, and when you're looting early game, be looking out for extra tacticals, duct tape, and helmets to shred into makeshift armors. So one item I think is highly underrated that a lot of people just don't think about using are the binoculars. So everybody spawns with these. I love my binoculars. I use them every single game. So if I'm hearing some gunshots down at this building and I can't tell who's down there, what's going on, I can use these binoculars to try and spot people in the buildings. Or maybe I see a car down here in the distance, which I'll include a clip of. I can look and see if somebody's actually in the car, if they're hiding next to the car, and maybe I can shoot them because they're healing next to their car. So binoculars are super helpful. Maybe there's a fight going down here and you want to look down and see, is the guy all skinned up? Does he have a freaking America AR and all these skins? That might indicate that he's a better player. Not always, but it could be an indicator, and maybe you want to use that. Somebody's trying to shoot at me. So I don't see where they're at right now, so I may use this, duck a little. There they are. So you can see that guy running down there. He's actually bleeding, so he's got a shotgun out. It's skinned up with the wild style. He just died, so you can see the binoculars are awesome. They work really well. You can see that that guy was bleeding, so if somebody is bleeding behind their car over there and you spot them with the binoculars, you'll be able to see that they're bleeding. So that might give you an indicator that you can rush over there and take them out a little easier, or maybe you can shoot them one shot with your tiny little pea shooter here. So alright guys, that's it for this video. I know it was a little long, about 30 something minutes long. It's a little longer than I really expected, honestly, but I think I got a lot of great clips and good information for you guys, and covered a lot of the main items that you're going to be running into in the H1Z1 King of the Kill. So if there's something that I left out and you want to see in another video, please comment below, let me know. I will do a whole separate vehicle video. After I got into making this video, I realized how long it was, and I realized that I could probably spend another 10-15 minutes covering vehicles, so I'm going to save that for another clip. But if you guys really enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You guys are doing a fantastic job supporting my videos, and I'd love to keep creating content for you guys. So go ahead, hit that like button. Let's smash out 200 likes again, and just comment below and let me know if you want to see something else. You guys are giving me great tips, and I love using your tips and information and making my videos better and producing stuff that you guys actually want to see. So enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you next time. Peace!